Review: Anjelica Huston was right about Poms. Almost exactly a year ago, I wrote a review of the Diane Keaton comedy Book Club, a movie that was by no means perfect, but still offered some reason to root for it. I wrote then, I'm reluctant to find much fault in a movie that celebrates older women getting their groove back, released in the twin shadows of the Avengers and Han Solo. And while there is no Han Solo movie this year, there is, a Detective Pikachu movie, which is basically the same thing. Fittingly, then, along comes another Keaton comedy, this one called Poms, out May 10th, that addresses the concerns of a demographic that doesn't get a ton of attention in movies. As with Book Club, I came to Poms loath to criticize it, seeing as it's maybe the spring's only meager offering of its kind, for both the women in its cast and its intended audience. I also went into the movie eager to defend it after Anjelica Huston cast some shade its way in a New York Magazine interview, earning a clapback from Poms star Jackie Weaver and an eventual apology from Huston. Without having seen the movie myself, I didn't like the way Huston so snidely dismissed it. It felt all too similar to the way so many people, often men, discuss the vague genre that Poms is a part of, as silly, bobble-headed schmaltz, films that are flimsy, and maybe even annoying, just for being about what, and who, they're about. So I was ready to take a very Netflix film Twitter account essay approach to Poms, defiantly standing up for its sight unseen, bound and determined to yet again be a champion of a nice movie about gals of a certain age. Then I saw the damn thing. And, look, when Anjelica Huston is right, she's right. Not about this type of movie in general. No, not that. But about Poms in particular, yes. The film, directed by Zara Hayes and co-written by Hayes and Shane Atkinson, is an abject mess, a movie so poorly built it feels like every other scene is missing, as if after production was wrapped and the movie was in the can, some PA found boxes marked character and plot in a storage room and realized they forgot to use them during production. I'm being harsh not because I want to trash the movie, but because Poms could do the bad work of further convincing naysayers that all movies like it, from Book Club to High Sorceress Nancy Meyers' oeuvre, are shoddy and dumb. It's a depressing experience, watching Poms and wondering if all these talented actors, Keaton, Weaver, Celia Weston, Phyllis Somerville, Pam Grier, Rhea Perlman, read the script and figured it was the best they were gonna get for now. They all deserve much better. We all deserve much better. Frustratingly, there's a good movie in there somewhere. The setup is cute: a retired teacher with no family, Martha Keaton, moves to a sunny retirement community in Georgia and decides, out of nostalgia and a little mortal desperation, to start a cheerleading club. There's a big senior showcase at the community center or whatever to practice for, and of course there's a ragtag assemblage that makes up the squad. That is perfect fun movie DNA right there, with ample room for sweetness and weirdness and uplift. But Poms scotches all that, barely even mustering the energy to crack a joke every 10 minutes. Interesting, or at least useful, plot threads are introduced. Martha teaches a sullen teen to drive, a queen bee in the community takes umbrage with the cheerleading squad, one of the ladies might have killed her husband, only to then go completely unexplored, fluttering on the movie's dull breeze for a moment before falling flat. Honest to goodness, I think there might only be 3 scenes of the team actually practicing cheerleading. Poms doesn't even want to be about what it's mostly about. It instead just wants to limply exist, and then be praised for its supposedly empowering narrative. That pose, the one that begs for "you go, Poms. Whooping," is struck in the most cynical way. Hayes and Atkinson suddenly make this a movie about women feeling insecure about their looks and their bodies, when in fact all the women on the squad showed up to auditions proud and ready to show off. There's a reductive and bland women be worrying about their appearance arithmetic happening. And it does a real disservice to the almost heartbreakingly game actors struggling to bring this thing to life, insisting them into a pat messaging machine that has no setting for nuance or detail, while shaming them in the process. The whole thing is such a disappointment, The kind that irks as much as it stings. I'm not sure what happened here. I mean that almost literally, watching Poms, one is confused about what's being done on set each day, and how it could ever have been considered a complete, fully realized movie, one ready for public consumption, critique, and Anjelica Huston attacks. The movie gives off a terrible noise, the sound of a preemptive cheer twisting into a boo, a sunny hope tumbling into glum despair. There's got to be a better version of this movie, one befitting of all this acting talent, out there on the sidelines somewhere. Please, somebody, bring it on.